Welcome to I Ching Mashup with Michelle and Lisa. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Lisa. Together we explore the ancient wisdom of the I Ching and mash it up with real modern life, our questions, our challenges, and our breakthroughs.
Take a breath, get curious, and let's see what the hexagrams have to say today.
Hi guys, it's me, Lisa. And over there, if you can see her, is Michelle, but we're having Mercury in retrograde issues. Welcome into I Ching Mashup with Michelle and Lisa. Yay!
Yay, we made it!
We made it. Yes,
Yeah.
it's been a glitchy, we've been saying it's been a glitchy start to Firehorse year. And that's not what we ordered from the universe. So we're a little confused. That's not how it was marketed to us in the ancient text or what happened.
We're not buying it.
I'm not buying this. What's going on here? Yeah, so nothing that we planned for or dreamed of or were told or what, all of us feng shui practitioners have been talking about. None of that has really manifested yet. It just started.
It just started.
Yes.
And it was a very sticky year of the snake too. So year of the wood snake was, yeah. So maybe we're just dealing with some residuals. Who knows?
Yes. I've heard, we talk about in feng shui, whether it's energy in a home and a space, or whether it's timely based on the horoscopes, there's no hard stop or start to energy. So we've been feeling this energy though since November. That's what the consensus is. It's not just what Michelle and I have been sharing with each other, but other practitioners all around the world have said the same thing. So why, when we had the official day, like kickoff, the launch, why that day did Michelle get stuck in an airport? Why?
Yeah, overnight.
Yeah. It was a major setback, super annoying. And then I had a revisit with COVID in my work circle, and COVID wasn't on my forecast for what I was going to have creep back in. I know it's been going around, but I just didn't think there were setbacks caused by COVID anymore. And I shared with Michelle,
well, I was thinking while you're talking like this about all the setbacks, like nobody said fire horse energy was going to be gung-ho to everything great. It could be gung-ho to hell in a handbasket for all we know.
We just wanted to be great.
We want it to be great. And I think we're inferring our human desires on something that doesn't give it doesn't necessarily follow what we want.
So that's why I Ching is so great.
We have to deal with what it is, what it's giving us, and not stomp our feet and be mad because everything isn't sunshine, lollipops, and roses yet. Oh, there's a card. I'm going to keep it, even though we haven't mentioned our question out loud. We have talked about it, and I have written it down, so it's out there in the ether now.
Yes, mine came out too.
What you got?
I had a card shoot out too.
Want me to read the question while we're?
Yes, let's go ahead.
Good. Oh, geez. Okay. How should we work with, here's one just kind of upside down in the deck. Should I take that one? Not upside down, but it was in the wrong order. It didn't fall out.
Mine catapulted out, like I got two. I mean, I've been looking at the question in the chat, so I think mine counts.
Right, I'm going to shuffle one more time.
Any other? We asked the I Ching to remove our egos to learn how should we work with the early setbacks of the Firehorse year so that they lead us towards clarity and aligned progress.
Yeah, which I like that question because we're not saying like, how do we deal with it? How do we turn around? How do we work around the, the setbacks. It's like, okay, we have a setback and how do we make the best of it?
You know what? Listen to this. So when you were talking, I was thinking about an arrow, which is like a very airy symbol. And you know how like when you pull the cord back with the arrow on it, like that's the setback,
Yeah.
the tension there.
Oh, yeah.
And then you let go.
Yeah.
And it shoots forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I
And
got two parts.
yay. Okay. And we talked about in our last call that there was something happening with Aries. So Aries was going to be like the time for this embodiment to be fully integrated. So I'm already intuitively feeling like this is a continuation off of the last session that we had.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. So what's your first hexagram?
62. Small is beautiful. Gotta find it. Yeah.
It's like, hey, cool your jet just because we don't have sunshine, rainbows, and lollipops coming at you in the sky. The small things are the beautiful things.
Mm-hmm. What's your first card?
Mine is Youthful Folly and hexagram 4.
Interesting. Look how
Very
pretty this
cool
card
energy.
is. Isn't this a cool card, Lisa? I love the red line. It's reminiscent of the red ribbon that we use in feng shui often.
Yes. That deck of cards, if I get a tattoo, I'm getting something from that deck of cards.
Okay. It's really good. What's your second card?
My second one is hexagram 2, receptive power.
Oh, that's interesting.
And that was kind of like my word of the year. Yeah.
Yeah, receptivity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's weird.
Mine's revolution.
Girl. Well, we know that period 9, like all these really harsh, significant towers crumbling to the ground are necessary for the revolution.
So I just literally glanced at the very first sentence of my interpretation, but it's funny because we were just talking about how like stuck everything is, and we have this like tension where we want to like rush forward, but we can't. We're being held back. And the very first line of hexagram 62, small is beautiful, is anything you take on right now should be handled as though it were a butterfly's wings. So we need to, I know. So like maybe be a little more gentle with the fire horse energy instead of being ready to just go headstrong into everything. So it's this delicate time, and it is a delicate time. We're in transition between energies. To me, I kind of reckon it to like the transition between like winter and spring, because like spring, like right now, I am outside every day. The snow finally melted, and I'm just like, do I have any buds coming up yet? Or my hostas coming up? Or my daffodils or tulips starting to pop up? I'm out there every day. I'm like looking, and I'm hoping so hard to see something, and nope, they're not up yet. But, you know what I mean? So it says this delicate time requires consideration of both your limitations and capacities so that you can be honest about what you can and can't do. Maybe we need to like calm our jets a minute and be realistic about what we want to get out of this year. Be conscientious, but be true to yourself first. The Tao continually restores equilibrium by relieving excess. You've become maxed out in some area of your life. However, it's time to slow down and get back in touch with yourself. So we're entering this year of the fire horse, and we're being told, wait a minute, you got to slow down. Which I guess is true, because like if you're the jockey on a horse, or if you're the rider or the cowboy, whatever, on a horse, you do have to keep your wits about you, and you have to be very observant of everything going on, because you don't want your horse to get spooked or hurt or anything like that. So you do have to slow down, and you have to be very conscientious of what's going on around you. And it says we tend to believe that busy and bright is good and silent and subtle is boring. That ideal can keep us flooring the gas pedal even when the tank is empty and we're running on fumes. Then we lurch to a full stop and wonder what happened. At the first sign that you need to simplify, ease off, cut back, and any other course is irresponsible and will compound problems for everyone. So yes, was that yesterday? What was the day that you were like, I just gave up working and watched a movie, watched Netflix with the kids?
It was the Chinese New Year day. It was Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah. So like you did the right thing. You're like, all
I
right,
think I
I'm not
did.
going to push it anymore. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. I'm
Right.
going to watch Netflix.
Yeah, I was like, nothing is working. I might as well just turn my brain off. But when I did that, when I turned my brain off and I stopped trying to force to make things happen because I was trying to be creative, like, how can I solve this? Like obviously someone in my network had COVID and we couldn't do the thing that we needed to move a project forward. And then I couldn't do the other project because it needed this project. And so like I was trying to figure out creative solutions. So like, how can I make this work? And I was like, okay, wait, like I'm just gonna shut down, like Michelle said, and watch Netflix and just my brain went off, like worried about things that are just not even it's mad
You can't
fantasy.
do anything about. Yeah.
Can't do anything about it. And while I was doing that, I got a big project inquiry that I thought was scam because it kept coming to me and I was like, this is a scam, I'm just gonna ignore it. And then it came through again, and I was able to talk and connect to the person. It was an actual, like, real person, not a scam. And that required no effort from me other than just like having the time to sit down and talk to somebody. So that
Yeah,
probably
maybe
wouldn't
that's
have,
why that wouldn't have happened if you were busy. Yeah.
I probably would have seen the number come through, assumed it was a scam, and just been caught up in something else, hyper focused, and not
Mm-hmm.
been open to like even investigating. And so yeah, like that was like a non-effort kind of thing, which is like what we're always talking about in feng shui is like you do the work and you set up the environment and you have like the mindset and then you're just like allowing things to come to you. But yet like we can't for some reason as humans put full trust in that all the time. So we feel like we have to manipulate and force. But yeah, that universe always teaching us.
It really is. And if you don't take the time to kind of like figure it out and look around, I can see how people would be very disillusioned or very bitter, like nothing ever works out or everything's always a struggle. You
Mm-hmm.
just hit the nail on the head with your story. So,
Yeah, I'm a
what
big
does
fault
yours?
for that. So youthful
Yeah.
folly,
So here,
yeah,
I was gonna say you're so smart because it says we tend to fight our need to slow down, perhaps believing we'll miss something or be overlooked or unacknowledged. But you did slow down and you didn't miss something.
right.
You're living
Well,
proof.
it makes me think of like the whole lesson of me finding that tortoise in my yard. And like that's something, like blended in with the leaves and like the ground around it. And if I was just rushing around with my leaf blower, I probably just would have been like, that would
Would have
never have
blown the
caught my
tortoise
eye.
away.
I would have
Yeah,
blown
you would
that
have.
little tortoise off the yard.
Yeah, poor
Mhm.
baby. How is the
And
tortoise?
I'm so glad he's okay. He's happy. He's doing
Good.
laps. Yeah, he's does laps in the living room, and the cats, just don't even bother him. Well, they're
Good.
curious about him. They think he's a cat. Like Trixie grooms him. It's pretty cute.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. That's for another day. But youthful folly is the first energy that my I Ching pool resulted in, and it mirrors a lot of what yours is talking about. It says, in order to be ready for challenging times, let education be an ongoing part of life. Develop the necessary mindset and willpower to carry you through confusing times. So we were saying that we assumed fire horse energy meant abundance, rushing to everybody, and play and fun and forward momentum towards all your goals. But also, we know we're in the beginning stages of period 9, and yeah, part of that is baked in there, but the other part of it is it's going to be a lot of confusing times and crumbling of things that we're used to in systems and so on and so forth.
Mhm.
So it encourages us to be the student every day, and we cannot be forced to learn even from experience. So find delight in learning and nourish it to expand your awareness. It also talks about give up trying to convince others that you are right, as it is both exhausting and counterproductive. Let everybody live their own lives and learn their own lessons, even if you can see it. So it basically drop the force, like drop the forcing of things.
Gotta go
Let
with the
everybody,
flow.
yeah, let everybody learn their own lesson in their own time. Live and let learn. It talks about care without forcing attention. Yeah. So there we go. Healthy, and it gives me an idea, idea of like healthy relationships outside of codependency, to care without forcing attention. Trying to take care of someone who is unwilling can actually be harmful. So if you're awake
That's
and
true.
yeah, if you were like, oh my gosh, I figured it out all these years, like this is a time we know a lot of people that are awakening in their consciousness, but not a lot of people are there yet. And if you try to force them, it's not going to be good for
It's not fun
anybody.
for you, especially because they
Yeah,
just shut you
yeah.
down and move on. But you're like, can't you see it? And they can't.
Right.
This is
Yes.
my book has a similar interpretation, but there's a line here that I think that really speaks to what you and I have been experiencing this week, and also everyone I've spoken to this week. It's not just you and me. Like everyone's like, what the hell's going on? Says you might find yourself at the moment seemingly stuck somewhere in this process of learning. The understanding that and the understanding that you need to move on to the next step seems to be within reach, but somehow you are held back. Like
Yeah,
that's this tension. Like we know we want to go
that's
forward, but
exactly it.
yeah, but
Yeah,
we
but
can't
somehow you are held back. Yeah. Ooh,
somehow by unseen forces.
somehow. Okay, so I've got a few change
Yeah.
lines. How about you? I only have two.
I have two. I have two as well. I have the first line
Okay.
changes in mine, and then the fifth line changes.
Oh, okay. My sixth line changes and my second
Mm.
line. So it means that there is a little bit of divine intervention, but I think we hit the nail on the head with our conversation. I don't think that the I don't think this is new information. Basically, like the divine intervention is you might feel like you want to correct another person for a wrongdoing. Um, and
Mm.
while it's true that karma evens the score with those who spurn natural laws, persons in authority offend the same neutral laws if they let transgressions go unpunished. Be firm, but remember that the goal of effective punishment is the reestablishment of equilibrium, not revenge. So that
Mm.
sounds like asserting boundaries and without giving away personal things that have happened lately. I know a few people, even in our circle, that had to assert boundaries. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and that's hard to do, especially if you're used to people pleasing and placating. And that's that codependency that's referenced in the overview. But so
Once you figure out that whole people pleasing thing and you start practicing not doing that, it's amazing how much better your life gets.
yeah, but it doesn't feel good when you first start asserting
No,
boundaries. You're
but it
like, what?
feels
Like,
great
yeah,
after.
I
It's
think
kind of like sex. The first couple of times you're like, "Ooh, what is this?" And then you're like, "Oh, okay, it's great. I love it."
the first time I started boundaries, I was like majorly doubting. Like I had a crowdsource. Is it okay that I started boundaries? Like I had to like
Mm-hmm.
keep asking. But
Yep.
I think that's the big challenge there is to get comfortable through repetition and reinforcing boundaries and knowing what they are. So there is that's, I think, the divine lessons. What's your fifth line if we're
My
going from
fifth
top to
line
bottom?
is you can't go much further without support from others, but not just anyone will do. So take the time to center yourself, still your mind, Balance any extremes that might be throwing you out of whack. By tending to these basics, you stand a good chance of attracting the expertise, understanding, and depth of character that you need in others now. And that just is like one of the basic tenets of a balanced, awakened personality, I think, is like the first plan of attack, or the first most important thing you need to. Oh, my power must be on. Because my lights,
yeah.
My lights just came on.
Changed.
Okay, good. Oh, it is. My printer's on. Hey, everybody, my power's on. Sorry.
Yay!
It was off. I don't think we even mentioned that, but I had no power earlier. So anyway, we all know that. Like, the first thing you and I and people that we know do when something goes wrong is we don't point the finger, we don't blame. We're like, okay, how was I involved in this? How did I encourage this, or what is my role in it? It's not like we take blame for everything 100%, but we know that somehow, whether things go right or wrong, we were involved.
Exactly.
And we played a big part in it. So, to me, that's a little comforting, because it says, you stand a good chance of attracting the expertise, understanding, and depth of character that you need in others right now. I think that's that's what I look for. That's where my new thing is. I want someone with strong moral character.
Yes.
I think that's what the world's missing.
Yes, and exactly. And also just like that ability to have depth.
Yeah, I don't want any of these. I don't want anybody shallow or self-serving.
Yeah.
What's your other line again? The 2?
So mine's the second line. Is that yours too? Second line?
No, mine's the first.
Okay, so mine says
treating. The first one.
Okay, it says treating foolishness kindly can actually bring good fortune. We just said placating and so on. But be patient with the ignorant. If you are around children, accept their shortcomings, give them a good education, and be there when they need you. One day they will lead. Treat your associates compassionately, especially if they have not yet achieved what you have. Inner strength combined with outer reserve develops true leadership. So I don't know if that reference is kind of to what we were talking about, not everybody being fully aware or awakened to hey, there's something we can tap into doesn't require necessarily cracking open a new book, or we have an awareness within us to navigate life. So, and it's a collective energy. I don't think everybody's aware that is that's our ability as humans that we haven't fully.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize there is such a thing as a collective energy of the planet.
Right.
A lot of people don't even think energy is a real,
Yes.
they don't think, if you can't see it, it's not real.
Right, exactly.
It's really the only reason we can see anything is because of light and the refraction of it. There was no light, we didn't see anything. So you can't really see light, you can only see what it refracts.
Yeah, exactly.
Or how it refracts, I should say.
Okay. Yeah. It reminds me of us showing evidence of those orbs on camera. And and just is that real? What is that? How do we even look at that?
That's dust, right? That's
right.
dust.
That's dust.
Dust does that, right? Dust acts like that.
Yes.
Okay. Well, my bottom line is, I like it. It says, stay with the tried and true. So tried and true doesn't mean the same shit you do every day, all day. It just means of all that shit you do every day, what really works for you and what is a waste of time, or what sets you back, or what distracts you. Ignore those and stick with the stuff that's true to you. And it says, if that fails to bring results, it's not because the traditional doesn't cut it. It's because you just weren't ready to take on all that was being asked of you. So maybe we need to take a step back and realize we had a lot of really big, huge plans right out of
Yeah.
the gate this year for fireworks, and maybe it was a little much for all of us.
Yes. Yeah, perhaps. I mean, and also I think like a lot of what I heard of what you said is that we had a lot of time to think and plan and hope for this new year, that there's going to be this forward momentum when we felt so many setbacks last year, that maybe they're in motion and we don't need to be doing anything. We're feeling
Yeah.
like setback because we're not doing something.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, maybe the lesson is like it's already like it's going to happen regardless. Like you're just feeling like you should be doing something, like, or more
Right.
active. Like
Right.
maybe in our minds, like our human minds, we think we should be out running full speed ahead. We should be doing more. But
Mm-hmm.
maybe that's not the momentum. Maybe it's the energy
Mm-hmm.
momentum.
Yeah, maybe it really doesn't have anything to do with us individually or, particularly us. It has to do with, like you said, like the collective energy around us that's kind of
Yeah.
reining us all in, because we just got a little ahead of ourselves, because we really do have a lot of crazy shit going on in the world right now that I think a lot of
Yeah.
people are just trying to wrap their brains around. And,
Yeah.
like maybe that's what the fireworks energy is here for, is to expose everything in the what's going on in the world. If you hear that noise, that's my contractors
Oh,
drilling something.
I thought it was a dog
Can you hear it?
howling. Yeah, I heard it, but I thought it was a dog howling, and it's not that loud.
Going
It
through my
must be
walls.
distracting. It might be distracting on your end.
Okay, good. Um, but yeah, that's, maybe that's what the fire horse year is for, is to
Yeah.
reveal a lot of stuff going on in the world so we can wrap our brains around that, and then we can all move forward as a collective.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. All right, so
So
second
what's
one.
your second one? The second one I have fits in with my lines, like, because I mean that's what guided us to this second hexagram. It's the receptive power. Um, Great receptivity, like being receptive, which is all yin lines. So it's very like the whole hexagram is yin. All of those broken lines, being receptive, being in this energy is what attracts great gifts and great blessings. So it's not being all yang like you would expect in the fire horse year. It's not like the do more, be like I hear a lot of people saying fire horse is all about visibility. Okay, yeah, but like not visibility in the sense of like watch me run real fast and overachieve and do all the things. I think it's being visibility and like fully present, embodying where you are headed, and that attracts the energy of great blessings and great gifts. So it
Yeah,
says that,
you keep saying attracting and
yeah,
like I think that's what we're all missing. The fire horse energy is just that. It's an energy that we work with. It's not us necessarily
yeah,
how we are going to be presented in the world. It's the energy, the collective energy of the world. And we need
yeah,
to work with that, use it as a tool, and not so much expect it to be our inner drive. It's not necessarily our inner
yeah,
drive. I never
yeah.
thought of it that way.
I didn't think about it until I read this. I'm so glad we did this reading because I feel better already. So
Mm-hmm.
like really getting, even if you're a man and you're with us today, like in your masculine, but like use your feminine energy of receiving, being subtle. It says, don't be too assertive. It says, if you try to direct things, you're liable to become confused or alienated. So if you open yourself to receive, that's your biggest work right now. Open yourself to receive. What you attract should be your primary concern. So, duh, like now I'm reading it.
Yeah,
um,
duh.
duh, like if you have to watch Netflix to receive something, maybe that's what it is.
See, that's the thing. We always think we have to be doing something productive or like with a pointed destination or like an outcome that we have in our mind. And that's really when we stop everything from coming to us, because we're preventing what's really coming to us.
Yeah. It says you will be able to go further by letting go of control rather than forging ahead under your own steam. So letting go, it's like being pulled backwards, and letting go, you're going to go much further like that arrow rather than trying to like take the arrow and run down the street with it. I don't know.
I had the same exact vision in my mind when you said that. Really? I had that same exact vision of like running with an arrow down the street instead of shooting it down the street. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's like, because we have little kids around us. It's like if we were like, hey, Jackson, hit that bullseye over there. And he would probably take the arrow and run and like stab it, right in the bullseye versus try to aim it and let go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. What's yours?
That. It says mine's revolution, number 49. Mm-hmm. And the time of revolution is a time of breakthrough. So this is answering our second question, which is or second part of it, to stay move towards clarity and aligned with progress. So it says that the time of revolution is a time of breakthrough, when, often in spite of our own desires, the old drops away and is replaced by the new. No snake ever resists shedding its skin. How interesting there is the reference to the snake. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Let's see here. No snake ever resists shedding its skin, however uncomfortable the experience may be. But we humans have a tendency to resist transformative change by failing to appreciate it as a renewing and essential quality of life. Wow. If wherever you turn, the outlook appears shrunken, dry, and limiting, it's probably because life is urgently trying to tell you something. It's obvious that you wouldn't consider walking in the shoes you wore as a child because the pain would be excruciating and drastically limit your movement. But on the more subtle psychological level, we all tend to overlook warning signs when a change is overdue.
Wow.
So, okay. I have something percolating, but let me keep reading.
Okay.
Yeah. But on the remembering the discomfort of those tight little shoes will enable you to gain some insight into the real choices you are facing now. Wow. This is really speaking to me. The most important choice is whether you go willingly with strength that is active now, or whether you expend energy resisting it and go down kicking and screaming, which is exactly what you're talking about. Like the resisting, we have to be receptive, not resistant.
Right. Yeah, this is exactly what I needed to hear.
Am I delayed
today? Yeah, you're a little bit delayed, but it came through. I think like everything you're saying. Yes. Yeah. You're glitching, but it's okay because I heard the important parts. Yeah, it's perfect. Well, this is exactly what I needed to hear, and headed into our next call. But yes, this was perfect. I know. Yes, I know it's Mercury in retrograde, so I knew that we would have some.
I'm on my real Wi-Fi now, so it should work this fine.
Oh, good. Yay.
Yeah, I'm back.
Well, let's tie a bow on this because I know we have another call that's coming up in a couple of minutes, but this was perfect to reset energy. And certainly, I think whenever this message reaches people, they will feel the same relief that I do.
I think relief is one thing, but then you have to actually do what we're saying, which is let go a little bit, loosen your grip a little bit, and receive instead of push.
Receive. Yeah. Allow the energy to shoot you forward when it's time.
Yeah.
Which
when you're ready.
When we're ready. Yeah. And we are like, just to link it back to last time, there is rumor that Aries season is the time for this like propelling forward. So we'll make a bookmark in our minds and come back to that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining us on I Ching Mashup with Michelle and Lisa. If today's conversation sparked something in you, sit with it, journal on it, or pull your own hexagram and see what answers arise. Until next time, keep listening for the wisdom beneath the noise. We're Michelle and Lisa, and we'll see you in the next mashup.